Well, I am in Vermont, and I'm in the Glastenbury Wilderness, I think. And I'm going to hike up to Glastenbury Mountain and possibly stay at the Goddard Shelter, which is about 10 miles away from here. So, and it's a little chilly. Well, the hike is just getting started. We're already crossing a bridge. Some of these boards don't feel too safe though. Alright, so supposed to be looking for the AT. And I think I see a blaze right there. Alright, I'm going to go through this big rock right here. Still climbing from the parking lot. Still trying to get away from the highway noise. Alrighty, what do we got here? Melville Nauheim Shelter. Okay, we got LTAT, and Goddard Shelter is the one that we're trying to go to. 8.3. Like, I'm kind of curious to go check it out, but if it's going to be like a half mile off trail, I don't know. Alright, let's give it a try. Why not? Yeah, it wasn't very far up the trail, and this is it right here. I don't know. Any port in the storm, I guess. And then you got your picnic table, fire pit, and looks like there may be a few campsites nearby that you can tent. Looks like there's some space back there behind the shelter. And then there's one right over here just as you're coming in. Alright, let's get back on trail. We got 8 miles to go to get to the Goddard Shelter. Okay, moving on down the trail here, we're coming up to a clearing thanks to this power line. Oh, get a little bit of a view maybe. At least in this direction, not much of one. It's way off in the distance, so it's not really that impressive, but that's all you get. Oh, there's kind of a mountain in distance there. So yeah, it is nice in here. It is like 57 degrees, which is kind of strange for late July, early August. And my fingers are cold. It's weird. I'm not used to having cold hands and cold fingers in July, August. But it is definitely muddy here. Jeez. Oh man. Oop, 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 oop. Jeez. Ah. I kind of made it. Tent site. I'm only about 4 miles in right now. So still, I don't know, 6 miles to go maybe, something like that. Well, at least some sections they give you some nice boards to walk on. They could use a few more of these in some of the sections back there that were very swampy. I don't mind this at all. This is pretty nice. Alrighty. I just came down from up there a little bit. And it looks like we kind of have a little bit of a vista here. It sort of counts. I have no idea what mountains I'm looking at in the distance there with the windmills on top, but it looks pretty cool. So next up, I believe, is a pond, which I believe is called Little Pond. So that's a little bit of a out and back side trail off the main loop. So let's get there and check it out. All right. Alright, I just tripped over a log, but this is the trail that leads down to Little Pond. So before we continue on the AT that way, let's take a right turn and head down to Little Pond and check that out. Still continues to be a pretty chilly day for midsummer. 57 degrees. And it looks like we are on a blue blaze to go to the pond. Wow. The little pond is not so little. Look at that. Nice. Got some campers over there. Alright, well, I'm on my way back from Little Pond. I didn't go very close. I was hoping to get up to the water, but as you may have heard, there was a group of campers, and it took the trail that seemed like it was leading down to the water, and it felt like I was walking right into their campsite. So it felt kind of awkward, so I just said hello and I turned around, and now I'm heading back. So not sure what the deal is there, if there's lots of campsites and whatnot, but I don't know, maybe I'll find out another time. Well, I am still hiking. I'm about 9.6 miles in. I'm probably sounding a little hoarse right now because I'm probably dehydrated. But I've been sounding like this ever since I got on trail this morning, so I don't know what's going on there. But man, this has got to be the hardest 10 miles. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just tired, but man, I've been just going and going and going. And there's just nothing but trail, nothing but rocks and roots and mud. Rocks and roots and mud. It just goes on and on and on. And there's not really views or anything. No stream crossings, one or two maybe. It's just this all day. Not that this is a bad thing, but this goes on and on and on and on and on. I've been hiking over 6 hours now. That seems like a slow pace. I should be like 12 miles or more. I'm still not at 10 miles yet. What's going on? Why am I so slow? It's all this stepping over stuff. It's got to be it. It's all the stepping over and around mud, over logs, stepping on rocks. And the trail's very windy and twisty. Alright, well, it's very quiet out here, and I am still climbing, still hiking, still trying to make it to the Goddard Shelter, and it is getting late in the day. I think it's like 5 o'clock, close to it. Supposedly, I am very close, but I just cannot wait to be done. That was a very tough hike, much tougher than I thought it was going to be for 10 miles. And of course it ends with a butt kicker of a climb up. I think we're going up Glastenbury Mountain right now. I'm probably not going to go all the way to the fire tower because I just don't have it. I just want to get to the shelter and find a place to camp. And it's still pretty cold. I hope it's not going to be like really cold tonight. We're going up high, so I don't know. I would expect it to be colder up high, but we'll see. Well, it looks like we are finally approaching Goddard Shelter. And man, I am whooped. Oh look, here's a space for, oh man, plenty of camping opportunities right there. I may have to come back here to camp there. Wow, that's good to know. But let's go and check out the shelter first. Oh, here's another spring. Oh, pipe spring. All right.
Insulation from the ground. Backpacking trip out of Springer, there's a place where the trail crosses the road, and there's an outfitter there at Neil Gap, and they're notorious for what people will do, especially new people to the hiking. They go in and just take everything in the pack.
And it looks like over here you got your bear box. I see all kinds of campsites all through here. Alright, well I have made it at last. And now I'm just gonna wander around and find a place to camp. So this was the nice little stream that I had by my campsite. And, oh, I'm still wearing my headlamp. It is the morning of day 2. It is around 8:30 a.m. And I am pretty much packed up and ready to go. It was very crowded here last night. Lots of all kinds of thru hikers. You had northbounders, southbounders, AT thru hikers, LT thru hikers. I had a dude parked right next to me last night because the space was just so limited. And he was an LT thru hiker. So I found some trash. Don't know if I need to show it or not. There's a trash bag right there. I found some trash in the woods way up there, and I didn't want to leave it. Not only does it look bad, but probably some bear would tear into it and make a huge mess. So I brought it with me. It's probably too much for me to carry all the way out because I have a long way to go. So I'm not sure what to do with it exactly. Thinking of taking it over to the shelter, but that's probably gonna make me look bad because everyone's gonna think it's my trash, but it's not. I'll probably end up leaving it in the bear box, which again is gonna just piss people off. But if I leave it out somewhere, probably some bear is just gonna tear into it. So I don't know really what is the right thing to do here. I'm trying to not leave it here. You know, they always say leave your campsite better than you found it, and that's what I'm doing. I also found someone else's toilet paper, which I put into the fire ring and I burned it, so that's taken care of. So I'm gonna head on out of here and drop this bag of trash over in the bear box. I don't know. Not sure if that's the right thing to do or not, but I don't know what else to do. I don't want to leave it here. Well, this is the Goddard Shelter, and everyone has cleared out. It's about 8:30 in the morning right now, and as usual, I am the last one leaving camp. But I'm going to go check out the Glastenbury fire tower, which is going to be an out and back. Then I'll return here, so let's get a move on. Alrighty, Glastenbury Fire Tower, everybody. Pretty cool view. This is the best view on the whole hike. I have no idea what mountains I'm looking at, but it doesn't really matter because they're all pretty awesome looking. Alright, I have come back down from the Glastenbury fire tower, which wasn't very far away. It was a pretty easy climb. There's like four or five tent sites on the way up. There's like maybe 2 or 3 at the top and at least 2 on the way up. And sometimes people camp there because it was super crowded here last night. But now I am continuing on the West Ridge Trail, Bald Mountain Trail 7.8, and that will loop me back around to a road with a 2-mile road hike to get back to the car. And that's what we're doing today. Alright, well, so far this trail is much nicer and much easier to walk on than the AT. This trail has actual dirt and less mud. I mean, I'm only 2 miles in so far, so I hope I'm not speaking too soon, but this trail right now gives me the impression that the AT was just worn out and trampled, and this is much more, I don't know, much more pristine, less traveled, just a joy to hike on. So much better. But the bugs are killing me. Got a little stream here. So yeah, it's a little bit overgrown because it's less traveled, but it's not like you can't find the trail or something. It's actually not bad at all. I'll take this over the roots, rocks, and mud on the AT. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this trail. Nice and quiet, except for the airplanes. Looks like we're coming down to some kind of pond or a swamp, I guess. Wow. Pretty cool. Okay, so for this trail, I would highly recommend bug spray. I was getting eaten alive, like multiple bugs landing on me. Just couldn't stop swatting them, and I had to stop at some point and get my bug spray out of my pack and just douse myself. I'm covered in bug spray right now. Hopefully that will help. You never know. Sometimes these bugs are tougher than you think, but definitely bug spray for sure. All right. Alrighty. So far, this trail has been an absolute treat. It is very pretty. It is a gorgeous trail. Except for the bugs near the swamp. But look at all this moss. It's all amazing. It's like the enchanted forest. Even though it doesn't really feel like we're that high up, the elevation is like 3,400, so that's pretty significant, I guess. Enough to get this kind of mossy trail. I mean, I don't have much to compare it to other than the Catskills, and it's kind of what it feels like. But man, this is fun. Well, it's getting very mossy again. I am now approaching the summit of Bald Mountain. It looks like we have quite a ways to go vertically yet, but I just noticed the change in scenery and I thought it looked pretty awesome. Yep, almost there, but a couple hundred feet to go maybe. I think I'm at 2,800 feet in elevation, and it looks like there's some switchbacks here, and I can see the top right there, so we'll see. Looks like there's a big fire ring over there, and it is all cleared out. It's not really what I would call bald. Definitely sparse, but I think this is the top. This must be the marker that says we're on the summit of Bald Mountain. I guess this would count as a bald spot on Bald Mountain. But anyway, it's pretty cool up here. I mean, I kind of dig it with all the evergreens and the moss getting up here, and this white sand, this is kind of cool. Anyway, continuing on down the mountain, going this way, I guess. This white sand up here is pretty cool looking, pretty striking. Alright, well, it looks like this is the view that you get. See if I can climb up on this pile of rocks without hurting myself. Get a better look. And so we have kind of a distant view, but I was just talking to a gentleman that was here when I arrived, and he informed me that what we were looking at in that direction is Mount Greylock in the far distance, and in the near distance is the Berkshires and the Taconic Range, which is pretty interesting. So, places I have not yet been, but are on my list. Alrighty, see if I can get down off of this rock pile that I'm standing on. And I think we want to go to Bennington, according to this sign. Harbor Road, Woodford, Bennington. Or no, I'm sorry. Bennington is that way, and Harbor Road, Woodford is this way. This way. Alright, let's hope we got it right. Alrighty, well, I've just come down the Bald Mountain Trail from the peak of Bald Mountain, and it was a very slow, somewhat painful downhill, mostly because I have sore feet from yesterday. But I got down it, and now I think I'm supposed to pick up some kind of a road or something and make a right turn to get back to the highway, and then it should be like a 2-mile road hike to get back to my car. Alrighty, looks like we are finally out of the woods and onto a road. But this is not Route 9. I believe, let's see, West Ridge Trail 1.9, Bald Mountain Trail. Right, so I took the Bald Mountain Trail down from Bald Mountain, I guess 1.9 miles. And the West Ridge Trail is the trail I've been hiking all day today. So, there's a nice parking lot. And looks like a road here that I'm supposed to, I believe I'm supposed to hang a righty on this road and follow this down to Route 9, where I will then take a left turn to get back to the Appalachian Trail. So from here on out, it is a road hike. And I am okay with that. Just glad to be out of the woods. Wow, this is pretty amazing. There's no trail coming here at all. Like, this is not a trail. I just walked in off the road because I heard the waterfall. This is incredible. Alright, I've switched to the GoPro because there is a nasty thunderstorm coming and I do not think I'm going to make it to the car. So just to get ready for the thunderstorm. Not raining yet, but this will be fun. Alright everybody, Route 9. Here's where we make the left turn and hike a mile up the road. Hopefully it's just a mile. Back to the car. Will we beat the rain? Somehow I doubt it, but I kind of don't care. I figure if I end the trip in a thunderstorm, that just, you know, just adds to the adventure. If I was going to camp, that would be different, but I'm going to the car, so I don't really care what happens, as long as I don't get struck by lightning. What a day. Alright. Gorgeous little stream off the side of Route 9 there. But hard to enjoy the sound of it because there's so much traffic on Route 9. Hasn't started raining yet. Maybe I'll make it after all. Alrighty. Alright, well, I have to say, day 2, the hike was much better, much more interesting than day 1. I don't know. I just liked the trail better, the views were better, and I would highly recommend that trail, but bring bug spray for sure. Man, so much traffic. Alright, let's get out of here and get some food.